Hello everyone, my name is Reginald Griffin, you can call me Reg, and I am the owner and operator of PowerAnime. And in most cases when you ask me, I am PowerAnime. And I wanted to make this video to do two things. One, it's to address some news that I had earlier in the week for all my locals out there, in that I'm actually going to be retiring from the physical retail realm. After almost 11 years of getting into stores and trying to get through them and trying to make something happen for my local community. I do appreciate everyone's efforts to really support the cause, as I have a passion of anime and the Japanese culture where I want to share that through kind of my product offerings. And that was kind of the biggest goal for me, was to create a lifestyle of showcasing what I had a high interest in, and maybe find a common audience out there who's willing to just go ahead and explore the experiences themselves, just like I have. I also wanted to take this opportunity to talk to my online customers, because really on my website you never really get to know who I am. And I think it's a very important element to my physical stores, so please have this video become that bridge for my physical store audience and my online audience, so that I can all address you at one time. I think this is the first time I've ever done it. Most of the time I'm either addressing an online audience or my physical audience, but never both at the same time. So yeah, I am it is official that I am retiring from the physical retail realm, and will be doing more online social media type opportunities for my industry. This is going to be a personal project to get into this, but just a few notes on why I'm having to do this transition. It's going to be a little bit of a talk, a rant, but just hear me out on it, and I would really appreciate some input and maybe some advice if anybody out there has had experience in kind of the situation that I'm in. So the physical store, in my opinion, with the way the industry is moving, I don't believe is relevant anymore to the intended audience. Now, I know a lot of people who come to my shop have always said, you know what, I love going to a shop because you can see the item. You can actually hold it in your hand. Of course, you can see the measurements on the web. I mean, Amazon can tell you that, eBay can tell you that. Sometimes the description doesn't even say. But when you walk into a store, you can actually see a figure and see the detailing in the artwork. And that was kind of the basis of why I opened my latest shop, which did not feature any manga or anime DVDs or media, but just the figurines, the collectibles, the plushes. I wanted to give people still that experience to touch and feel, and so that they really felt like they were shopping and seeing the true craftsmanship of the products. Well, the newest generation that's coming up really have not ever had that experience. I think the feeling that I had, it goes back to when I was younger and I used to go to a Tower Records, or I used to go to a Barnes & Nobles, or Wizards of the Coast, or some other type of retail kind of hobby place that I could frequent and basically call my second hobby home. Those just don't exist anymore. You're talking big box retailers everywhere, if you can even find them, and even they are struggling. But these places don't really commit to building a community. And for me, community is the reason why I wanted to do this in the first place, is to give a place that a younger audience can call like a second home, or at least a place to go, and share in the hobby, that the passion that I have for exploring the Japanese culture. And for all our different iterations of stores we have, and I claim that I only had 2 main stores, one in the West Side Pavilion and one over here at the Mitsubishi Marketplace. But one of my good customers actually brought to light that I had actually opened 5 different stores. As the Mitsubishi Marketplace, I had to open, or not the Mitsubishi Marketplace, but the West Side Pavilion, I had to reopen my store 4 times, and for each time get larger and larger and larger. And I have to say that was kind of interesting. I wouldn't let it go. I wanted the store. I felt it was an icon. It was who I was. It was my identity. But at the same time, the shift in the industry, looking how things are going, the newest audience, they're not used to going into places to discover things or to feel things. They're now used to just shopping online, and that's the way they conduct their business. So I notice my audience is getting older and older who really appreciate what I've got going on. But the younger audience who'd be introduced to this, they really run into me by coincidence, but not that they're looking for a place to go, because they don't know these places kind of exist. And it's pretty sad. I would imagine small businesses in general would actually have maybe a little bit more pull or a little bit more support from certain distributors and manufacturers, since there's so much more that stores put on the line than, say, online venues that are selling stuff. If you look at it, when you have a store, there's rent, employees, time management, customer relations. You really got to be there in order to make things happen. Online, it's 24/7, but you don't even know if the person that you're buying from is actually getting it filled from some other warehouse. And who knows, the person you're even buying from might not even be into the anime or the genre that you're looking for. They straight up just found an availability and are just pushing it out to people to consume, almost on a level that I feel kind of exploits the customer, who might want to explore the passion more of what the product is or what the company's, and all they do is simply get a product, push it out. They flatline the price so they can just make a few dollars on it at the most, and they take that and they put that into something else. Good case, I would say, would be Amazon. They are fantastic at what they do. And if you look at my site, I believe my website really is a pale comparison to Amazon, because Amazon has so much more available, and they just do it better. They hold, they hold accountability for all sorts of inventory, shipping, a representation. But if you look at the sellers who are actually selling a lot of this merchandise, their names don't even relate to the products that they're selling. And if you click on the list of most of the sellers that have the best prices online for anime goods, the rest of their things in their shopping queue or their offerings aren't even anime related. I think it takes away from a little bit of the authenticity when that happens. Again, on a level of exploiting the customer and just trying to take their funds just to fuel their own needs. And is that what business is about? Fueling your own need? I felt it had a little bit more substance than that. And I think I felt that more strongly in my Mitsuwa Marketplace iteration, where I truly did want to create an environment for people. And for everyone who remembers the old stores from the Westside Pavilion and came to the new store, I can't thank you enough for all your support and your encouragement and your conversation, because to me, that's primarily what I felt this business was about, was sharing that passion and being social with one another. I'm not talking about Facebook social or anything, not to take anything away from you online fans, but Facebook, all that other good stuff, Twitter, it's not really social. You're still talking to a computer screen. Social meaning you're sharing the same air as someone, you're talking to someone, you're shaking their hands. That, to me, is truly a social engagement. You're using more than just reading words on something. You're actually engaging the sense of feel, the sense of sight, the sense of hearing. You're actually talking. These things are all part of what truly is social, in my opinion. And I admit, even online, like my site, compared to the way it is from my store, it is very cold. And I will be doing some dramatic changes to my website and my presence online. I'm looking to actually become a little bit more face-to-face. I want to be a little bit more engaging with my customers online, and I hope you appreciate it. And if you have any tips or any suggestions, I would really appreciate sending a message. Criticism is always welcome. It's just something I can build off of, and that's what I look forward to. But thank you again for all you people who are local, all you local customers that really came through and supported the cause until the end. And just to let you know, my retirement party for the physical retail world will be on July 30th. So I'll put that in the show notes. But yeah, July 30th will be my retirement kind of play on stuff. I definitely don't want anything in my store. Everything is going to be flatlined in price. I'd rather have all this stuff find a good home than have to bring it all back to a cold warehouse. All right, so if you get a chance, swing by our store at the Mitsuwa Marketplace on Santa Monica, or not Santa Monica, but Centinela and Venice. And it's inside the Mitsuwa Marketplace. And yeah, come on in. Chances are I'll probably be there. If not, either Francis or Jason or Paulo, they'll be there. They're excellent. They're excellent at customer service. And if you have any questions, they know a lot of their stuff. And yeah, just to let you know where I'm headed after this. After I close the store at the end of the month, July 31st will be our last day, and that is going to be a Vanguard tournament. You know, trading card game community has been very supportive of my current store iteration, and for that I'm going to be trying to throw one of the biggest kind of tournament bashes for my store called the Last Stand, or the Final Stand. And it'll be on the 31st, so all you Vanguard fans, if you want to get a piece of this, if you haven't checked out YouTube already, we've got hundreds and hundreds of videos for the last year or so on Vanguard, Buddy Fight, Weiss Schwarz, and yeah, this will be the last tournament at a PowerAnime store. So, and this will lead me into what I'm actually going to be doing here in the near future. The first thing I need to do, though, when I close my store, is take a little hiatus to Japan. So for 2 weeks in the beginning of August, I'm going to go to Japan, and so I'm going to put a freeze on any type of online sales or anything like that. And then I just want to recollect my thoughts. But when I come back, I've got a lot of things coming down the pipe, especially with the trading card game arena, where I want to start a league and possibly do sponsorships for schools to have their own clubs, as well as supporting other local card shops around the area to promote the trading card game community. Even online, you know, it's one of the only mediums, I think, trading card games that's still very interesting to the youth culture. It has very relevant titles: Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Vanguard, Weiss Schwarz, Magic the Gathering even. And I think it's one of the last ways to really create kind of repeat customer service for small businesses, especially those dedicated to that type of craft. I'm actually going to be aligning myself with a store called It's Game Time on the corner of Motor and National, I believe. And the owner there, Brett, he has the same mentality as far as I do, as far as building community and creating a strong code of conduct and really making a place for people to come to just enjoy being around. I'm also going to look at aligning myself with Big Lou's Collectibles in Culver City. I'm practically their neighbors. I've known Lou for years, and he's got a great space, and I believe that with my skills and my experience running a store, I could better, you know, help someone else make sure that they don't close their store on account of no community, maybe to just help build theirs and strengthen their own community for trading card games. And for me, it's all about my website, lucksack.com, where I want to try to keep in touch with the community online and try to get them to go out to all these different various kind of stores and compete in the tournaments. I will be expanding on these with a couple of partners that I'm working with right now for lucksack.com. So, you know, I look forward to hearing any comments about that. And if you're interested in seeing more, go ahead and sign up for our newsletter on lucksack.com. And yeah, I'd appreciate that. As far as the anime end of things, I'm going to be turning a new leaf to where I become more of a social, I like to say social, even though in the same video I slammed on social, but it's about as social as I can get with you guys online. But I am going to be going onto a more social ideal type of situation where my website will be more informational. And I want to talk about everything involving my history with the industry, from small business management to laying down your own carpet in your store, to figuring out how to manage all your taxes, to getting all your business license, as well as what products that I'm really looking forward to in the next week, because I still get tons of information about what is coming out in Japan, what's coming through. I mean, all my distributors, they all provide me amazing wealths of information that I wish I could share to you a lot faster. Currently, my website isn't designed for that, but that is the direction I'm going to go with that. So if you have any news sources or any references or any examples of other places that are similar to that, I'd really appreciate you leaving notes so that I might be able to do a little research and maybe take a look at them or align myself with them so that I can better, you know, inform you guys out there about the stuff coming out and the topics that you're interested in. So thank you very much for watching this rather lengthy recording. I know it's a mouthful for me to say, and I'm all over the place, but I definitely needed to get something out there to talk to you guys, because I have to thank everyone out there who's really been a part of my company by contributing, and also part of my family for engaging in the interaction. So thank you very much, everyone. This is Reggie, signing off. See you in my next video. Take care.